So for a question like this, whenever they're essentially asking you to graph and then match the equation with the physical graph, definitely the easiest thing is just to go into Desmos in the upper right corner. We'll go ahead and type this in exactly the way that we see it. So I'll type in our parentheses. I'm just using my keyboard because I'm more comfortable with it, but you're always welcome to use the keyboard that's in the lower left corner of Desmos right here. But I would just use Shift and 6 to do the exponent, and then I'll go ahead and put 2, go to the right, I'll put plus, and then type everything in the way that I see it, Shift 6 to get to the exponent, 2 to the right equals 4. And looking at this, the fact that it's in the first quadrant makes it very clear that I can start eliminating some of these answer options. So for example, we can see that, yeah, A is in the first quadrant, that's looking good, but B is in the third quadrant, we'll eliminate it. C is in the first quadrant, however, D is primarily in the third quadrant, so I'll eliminate it. And notice this is clearly only in the first quadrant. It's not even touching the X or Y axis, which really means we can eliminate C and get the correct answer from there, that A is the right answer. However, it is good to understand how to graph these as well, and it is pretty easy. So if we go to our program circles, which is program number 9, so I could type 9 or I could go to it and press enter. I'll press enter again, and we get to see quite a bit of information regarding circles. And more specifically here, we have the standard equation of a circle, and you can see various aspects. So for example, we see that the center is HK, in other words, the opposite of whatever's here, comma, the opposite of this, and you can see that the radius squared is on the right side. So if you just do opposite, opposite, we can see that the center is 3, 4. And then if you take the square root of 4, you can see that the radius is 2. So looking at which ones of these have a center at 3, 4. Obviously A does, B does not. C, in this case, does have the center at 3, 4. However, the difference between A and C is the radius. Here, you can see that since we're going from an X coordinate of 3 all the way to 7, they made the radius 4 here, which I totally get why they would do that. For somebody who doesn't know that the right side of the equal sign is radius squared instead of just the radius, they would choose C instead. But we know better. Now, regardless how you did it, you would have gotten the correct answer is A.